Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries significant risk and should only be undertaken using risk capital you can afford to lose. All right, market is just about to open, and the YM has gone too far, so we'll be looking for a new trade. And the market is open. All right, and we have a long trade. I don't particularly like that trade, but it gave us plenty of time to get in. Market definitely has the look that it seems to be trending downward. It's set at session lows and just went up and tested and that's a full stop out. Looks like we are getting sync short has turned into a long trade on soybeans. Way too fast to have gotten in sync with the short, but we're in the long now. Good morning, Miles. Good morning, Pamela. And another long trade on the YM. Seven seconds, and it just did come back and trigger us in. So long on the YM, long on soybeans. And we'll come back to we got long on unleaded again for target 2 traders. Target 1, that's a one and done session, or that will be a one and done session on the YM. Hitting target 1. Actually, no, it won't be because we did get the full stop out. So we lost 56 on the first trade. We pick up a 32 tick target, and we're at 829 for the current trailing stop on the YM. And now 834. So we're down 58, we got 32, so we're down 26 from an entry at 816. So we need to get to 842 And there it is. We're at 843 now, so that is going to be POQ. That puts us at least one tick positive. All right, and looks like we're at 73. Yeah, 873. And just went up to 874. So the YM doing well. Soybeans proceeding toward target one, but we haven't gotten there yet. Okay, taking a look at and stopping out on the YM at looks like 88. 882. So that picked up 66. So that leaves us plus 40 on the day. Going back, a trade that is not in Troy's trade plan, but I do show it, at least for example, on crude, is this magenta trade, which that is the trade off the 200 EMA in the diamond level spotlight package. That got us targets 1 and 2 of 24 and 37 ticks. 61 ticks on that trade. If not, you pick up a long trade that goes to target 1, just misses target 2, and stops out. So one and done either way you play it, but a whole lot better result with the using the 200 EMA trade. All right, taking a look at the Russell. That looks like the Russell on that first trade looks like it hit money management before we had a chance to get into that trade. Then the short trade was 4 seconds to the entry and then back up. I'm going to call that as a good morning, trader man. I'll call that as not tradable or avoidable anyway. Not tradable on the initial touch of the entry and hitting the stop before it came back. So then you get one that hit both entry and stop on the same bar, so it's not being tracked. Looks like it at best it's a break even. And that's where we are. So I'll call that no trade so far. All right, unleaded. Unfortunately, this short was oh so close to being tradable at 9 o'clock, but we get a whole bunch of bars right at 9 o'clock, and it comes down too quickly to get involved in. So then we come to the long, and that's going to be too fast to trade. Getting to money management, but same bar or same second, 2 bars up, never comes back. So that one's too fast. And the short, this is a 200 SMA trade here. That one goes for a full stop out, and that looks like it probably, unfortunately, probably did get involved in that. So that is a 136 tick loss on the full stop out, 68 tick risk. And we pick up a long trade. Looks like it goes to target 1. Target 1 traders pick up 58 ticks. So you're now down 78. Stopping out at 3099 from the entry at 3081. So that's another 18. So it's down 60 for target 1, 36. So down 100 for target 2, down 60 for target 1. We have potential short that doesn't trigger. And then we get a long. It triggers in. Ultimately does hit money management. And then comes back. Everybody gets a partial 3177 from the entry at 3151. So 14 ticks, 28, down 32 for target 1, down 72 for target 2 traders. That looks like an avoidable short to me. And then we pick up an SMA long that, plenty of time to get in that. It looks like it may have gone through and just hovered above. But assuming that was tradable, you pick up 41 ticks at target 1. So that will definitely be a POQ for target 1 traders. We're down 72. We said on target 2, we get 64. So we're down 8. Entry is at 32.18, so we need to stop above 32.26. Yeah, 32.26. And we're already at 32.42. And we actually get all the way up to 33.23. So both target 1 and target 2 goes POQ on unleaded gas today. MNQ, 4 minutes after Good Morning Arizona Bob. So that would be 8:34 exchange time, 9:34 on my charts, which are Eastern. Exchange is in Chicago. Long does not trigger. We have a short that does trigger. And unfortunately, that looks like it's going to go, yeah, that's going to go a full stop out. Another short does trigger. That is current active trade. And soybeans stopping and reversing right here. So that will be at 1461. It does hit target 1. Now, how much of a loss is that? Just 4 ticks loss, so that's 16 ticks. Net on 4 positions. We pick up a target 1 for 10. And now target 2 for another 16. This will be POQ. There is your stop and reverse entry. Actually, that was 9 and 15. Or, no, I'm sorry, 8 and 14. That's 22 ticks. So that gets us positive. Stop now at 6. Has always been at 60.75. Looking for target 3 at 14.56. NQ short working down to get down to target 1. It looks like 15.70.25. Yes. All right, I'm sorry, 11.570.25. And soybeans trailer at 59.50. Yes, one thing I haven't talked about is the pound Aussie this morning. 8:30 start on that trade plan. We pick up a trade at 8:52.56. Triggers in at 78.44. And our money management is 78.28. We do pick up target 1 and stop out for a couple of pips at 78.42, which is actually a loss of 1 pip on the remaining each of the remaining positions, because it did have a spread of about 3 pips. So lost 4 pips, but gained 15. So we're plus 11 net after spread expenses. And one and done. Nothing new yet on the Russell. We've got about 12 minutes to the 10 a.m. crude session, 10 a.m. crude mini session. And soybean stops out at 59.50, so that will end the day there with a 2 and done. POQ there, POQ on the YM, POQ on crude, and POQ on unleaded. POQ on the pound Aussie. So we've got 5 out of our 7 charts that we're looking at have already gone POQ. Looking like a fairly speedy session this morning. Looks like we did get to target 1. That was good for 16.5. But we did not get to money management. Yeah, minimum break-even ticks is 40. That's 11 point. Well, wait a minute. That's only 11 points. Oh, yeah, so we got there and stopped out for a break-even. It just hasn't closed that bar to print yet. That's one of the few cases where we do move our stop intra-bar, is when we hit money management, moving our stop to break-even. Break-even plus 1 tick. All right. So currently flat on Micro Russell, Catapult, 1.5 point Renko, 15 ticks. Custom Renko, 1.5 point brick size, 0.5 point offset. And our MNQ is a 12 point brick size with a 3 point offset, 48 tick bar or brick size with a 12 tick offset. And those are what we're watching, and we're flat on both of those. Everything else is done. So we're looking for trades on those 2 charts, waiting for 10 o'clock for the crude oil mini session. And this is a good time for questions. Let's push crude forward so we're ready when that happens. In a long that's gone to money management already. Micro NQ and the YM working at session lows. Russell's a bit off the session lows, but just testing new session lows since market open, since session open at 5 p.m. yesterday. Russell has been working pretty much in the positive side. Open just up above slightly the 1.9 points above the session low, just 19 ticks. Looks like we have the potential for a long trade on if we have an up close on this bar on the micro Russell. Yeah, fast line has crossed over the slow. So an up close will give us a long trade here. It has a wick, so it's going to be a little bigger than usual. MNQ, target one, money management. And did get to the 44 tick. Yeah, that's right. We stopped out on that bar after it hit target one, so that trade is actually stopped out. Well, the calculator's still tracking it because it came back below the stop before the bar closed. And now a short setup on crude. Still over 2.5 minutes to our session. Nothing much happening. That's a 12-point brick size, 3-point brick offset for TradeStation. Yes, that's exactly right. The 48 is the ticks. NinjaTrader denominates in ticks rather than in price. So it's a 48 tick brick, 12 tick offset for NinjaTrader. So that's why I try to bring both to the to the party, as it were. So that's why you hear me talk about it doesn't take but just a little bit of difference. The long trade has gone too far. Now you may be no, we aren't going to have a long trade right now because we haven't. The only thing we've got is overbought indications and positive. Now you could have a blue trade. Now when the current bar closes, it could give us a long trade in the diamond, but it doesn't take but just a tick or two, or a slight difference in when the bars close. You may already have there, and it's a 200 EMA in this case. So there's the long trade, but we're still not there yet. But it doesn't take but just a couple of ticks here and there to move those moving averages around, so you do pick up a trade off of it. There's slightly different timing on the closing of the bars. All right, a long trade on the micro NQ and a long on unleaded gas. I'm not unleaded. Yeah, the Russell. Yeah, plenty of time to get into the Russell. We've got target one there. Well, yeah, we did hit target one, and we haven't gotten quite far enough to. It has started trailing, but we aren't far enough to come to break even yet on the micro Russell. Micro NQ is long, and that has triggered in. And we are in our 10 a.m. session. And that long trade was a good trade, so should be in that. And now stop and reverse to short. Looks like at the full stop. 78.83. Only a one tick adjustment because it brings us to the full stop on the long trade. And it looks like the Russell stopped out for a break even. That's our first trade on the Russell. And a full stop out on the micro NQ. Ooh, that gets nasty. That's going to be trade number 3. Actually, you got a full loss and a stop and reverse loss. That should be on the 2 losses max. That should end the session. If you take that third trade with the stop and reverse, we would be long from 79.03. It looks like money management if you took the long on crude. All right, target 1 stop would go to 04 because of the stop and reverse. Pick up 11 ticks to target 1. That's probably going to be a losing session, but it's like 11 and 22 or 11 and 20, so 31 ticks, getting us back somewhere close to even. On the day, another trade on the Russell, another long. Yeah, 25 seconds on the first bar, so plenty of time to get in that trade. That's 5 POQ charts, or four charts POQ. Crude has 1 POQ and 1 losing session in the 2 sessions this morning so far. Any other questions? Looks like there's differences in data providers, while not going to be large, just a tick or two here and there can make a difference, and just the timing of when the bars close and that kind of thing. All right. So the only things to watch right now are the micro Russell trade, long trade that we're in. The micro Russell is at session highs now. Fairly tight trading range today on the Russell since we have the session low just off screen and just setting a new session high at 1846.9, and the session low was 1832.6. Yeah, 1832.6. So just 14.3 points for the total range of the Russell on this session since the session opened at 5 yesterday, 5 p.m. So crude with its 2 or 3 trades, depending on how you play it. Depends on your trade plan. But looks like a losing session. You pick up a full loss to reverse to short. If you didn't use the long, you actually may have gotten, let's see, if we go 84 to 03, that's 1938, and we got 11 and 20, 31. So we would actually be taking this short trade if you didn't take the 200 EMA long trade. And there is target 1 for 13 ticks. And that will put us positive. So that'll be actually a POQ session without that 200 EMA trade, which is only available in the diamond level package, although it can be drawn. And break-even trade on the Russell. That's 2 break-evens, and now in a short. And I would say most likely not in the short. That would be, it spiked down through the entry and looks like it came back up, bounced back up pretty quickly. We'd have to look at that to see just how long it did take to do that. Break the bar down. And crude did stop out for a single tick on that short on the trailer. So we end the session 14 ticks on that trade, and we were down 7, so we're plus 7 on the session for those using just the gold level trades. But yeah, now the only long trade I have is back here at 952 until I get to that one. And looks like a full loss on the long trade on the MNQ, and then we've got money management on a subsequent short trade. So we've got a break even, a full loss. Actually, we've got 2 full losses and a break even. And now at least another break even. The Russell definitely in a short trade now. And just barely getting getting the 14th tick and coming back. So that is going to be a stop out at break even. So that's 3 break even trades on the Russell. And a break even stop out on the micro NQ. So 2 losses, 2 break evens. And the Russell now with a long trade. 7 seconds, so plenty should be, plenty of time to get in that. It looks like it may come down to give you another. Yeah, there's definitely in now. Trade number 4 on the Russell. We've already had 4 trades on the MNQ. We'll take up to 6. Money management on the Russell, and that definitely should bring the stop to break even. So entry +1 is our break even stop. MNQ also in a long trade. YM back up to its session open. The Russell at session highs and the MNQ down near session lows. $45.8 is the stop on the Russell. MNQ is still has the full risk on. And there is There's a stop out on the Russell, so that is 4 break evens. That's actually positive trade, so I believe that ends the session on the Russell. Just not able to extend far enough to get any more than just break evens. So our only active candidate at this point is the MNQ, and it looks like it's just kind of going back and forth. It was in a downtrend at market open, and now seems to be kind of consolidating between 11,610 and 11,561. About a 50 point. So far, just oscillating slowly in that 50 point range. All right. Looks like the Russell might get it done. It's setting new session highs again. Getting through target 2, and we'll start to trail here very shortly. So far, just at break even. No big wins this morning, but most everything being at least positive, and that's a good day. All right, getting very close to target 3 for the Russell, missing by a single tick. That's a case where I very well might have taken profit coming back at target 2, having missed my target by 1 tick. I wasn't watching that carefully. We did hit target 1, so money management on the MNQ. Stop at 593 flat. Or 593 even. Now, that just pushed a tick or two, just a few ticks beyond that prior swing high. If we can come back and clear that by some significant margin, this has a pretty good chance, because this might be a double bottom. The alternative being it just puts us into a slightly expanding range. But the Russell, unfortunately, hitting its money management on that one, or hitting its trailing stop intra-bar when we moved up. So no longer in that trade and ending the session. Fifth trade on micro NQ. And I'm going to have to step away for just a moment. I will leave the charts running and be right back. All right, I am back. And doesn't look like anything's gone very far. And there is target 2 on the micro NQ. And the Russell pushes up through targets 3 and 4. Unfortunately, we got stopped out. As I mentioned, intra-bar. All right. I am going to call it a morning, I believe, on these two trades once they complete. And there is starting to trail on the micro NQ, 608.25. And now all three markets are showing upward trending movement. The YM in positive territory on the session. The micro Russell at session highs, 1847.8 for the trailing stop, but unfortunately we hit the break-even stop intra-bar as it came on the bar that it came up. 616.50 for the MNQ trailer. Target 3 achieved. All right, now a little pullback in all three indices. MNQ testing the session open. Still surviving. And stopping out of the micro NQ. So that is going to end our day. Fairly successful day, except for those M&Q actually ended up being positive, I would expect. Not by a lot, but still definitely positive. Getting 2 targets and a almost target 2 trailer on that. So I'll put one final request out for questions. It's kind of slow action right at the moment. All right. Well, I don't see anybody putting up any new questions. And it looks like my monitor is live, so I'm going to assume that everybody's fairly close time-wise. So I will call it a morning, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 9:30. Regular day tomorrow, morning session tomorrow, then the crude oil inventory report at 10:30. Everyone have a good afternoon, and we will see you tomorrow.